Hello, hello, hello. How are you? I'm Dorothy from Georgia. But here in my kitchen, they call me Nonna. Hey, Ann, how are you? Ann, I thought you were gonna have a your kids revolt against each other because of your post. Oh, it was so funny. Michael was so funny. How did everything go, Ann? Hey, Deborah. So, guys, I'm just mixing up my pecan, purely pecan. This is truly just pecans and sea salt. And so when you create a nut butter that is all natural, it has natural oils, and so it can get a little messy. So normally normally it's been stored upside down, but I just did another live for a group I'm in, a private group I'm in, and so I did that live, and then I'm coming to you with a little different version of the same thing. And I'll tell you the difference in case you want to know. Ashley, hello, hello, hello. Okay, guys, so let's get started. I have a bowl. I'm going to throw my nut butter in it. Okay, to that, I am going to add, hang on one second, let me grab the one I want. All right, in the group, I was explaining how to use this wonderful product to create a fat bomb, a chocolate, kind of a nut chocolate fat bomb with caramel. But for this live, I'm going to show you how to do it without the caramel broth. So this time I have my pecan butter. To that, I'm adding 1/4 maple extract, 1/4 teaspoon maple extract. And in the other live, because I added caramel broth, I added regular stevia. You do what you want. But this time, because I'm not using the caramel broth, I'm using the caramel stevia. I am making, Amanda, a chocolate nut butter fat bomb. My husband calls them his bonbons. So I'm adding 1/4 teaspoon of the caramel stevia, liquid stevia, okay? And I'm just mixing that together. And I'm gonna set it aside. Okay? This is what it looks like, guys. Just still my nut butter. Oh, I said I was gonna set it aside. I'm not finished yet. I've got to add my sweetener. Let me grab a tablespoon. When I'm doing the caramel broth, it goes in right at the beginning. Hey, Glenda. Hey, Trina. So I'm adding 2 tablespoons of Swerve confection sugar, because this is a fat bomb, and my husband does like it sweet. I typically do use the broth, so I've only done it like this one other time. It's because we were out, but he liked it just fine. But I'm working that Swerve confectionery sugar into the nut butter. Okay? Now we can set it aside. Ooh, that would not have been his nice sweet dessert without it. Okay? And guys, as I'm doing this, if you find any value in what I'm doing, please share it out. All right, so we are now, and I have some chocolate that I had melted before, but I'm just going to add to it. I am using Lily's, and I'm using part milk chocolate and part dark chocolate, but they make these in several flavors. Please choose the one that you would like best. Hey Sherry, I'm making a chocolate fat bomb. My husband calls his bonbons, and they are just a great little dessert for when you need something sweet and yet don't want to come off your keto diet. All right, I'm going to throw this in even though I have chocolate in this bowl, and I am going to add a teaspoon of MTC oil. You can add butter, you can add coconut oil, whatever works for you. That's just what I have out. And I'm going to pop this in the microwave for 30 seconds. And I do have some that I'm saying, hey Jerry, how was your day today? I don't think I saw you today, did I? Hey Shelby, how are you? Brandon did accept my friend request, so I did get to see his picture on his page. So that was nice. It's nice to see a student all grown up. Hey Tina, we're waiting on the chocolate to melt. I do this 30 seconds at a time. Usually 30 seconds is plenty of time, but we'll see because I added a little extra chocolate because I do have the batch that I made in my last live that I need to finish up, and this is going to need more time. So I'm going to be making quite a bit of these off the air. And then, because I think, hey Phyllis, how are you? Hey Carla. We are making a nut butter fat bomb, and I am using purely pecan from Costco. This is the one that I use. The ingredients are pecans and salt. That's it. Pecans and salt. I do store it upside down because it does have natural oils in it that separate because they don't have the preservatives and things in it. So I have that. Oh, and this is perfect, guys. Perfect. Nice, smooth. Yes, look at it. Shiny. Great. All right, now I'm going to hope that the chocolate I just put in the freezer has had enough time to set up at least a little bit. Let's see. All right. Pull them both out. Okay, so into the bowl, I use silicone, and I'm using this size. Can you see that? I find that that's the perfect size so that I'm not having to portion things out a little differently. I'm trying to see you guys past the comments. I'm not fancy. I don't have, well, I do have, I just don't use them. I don't use paintbrushes. I don't have time for one more thing to clean. I literally put these into the mold with a spoon and run it up to the side. And then when I need more at the bottom, I'll add more at the bottom. I'll show you these in just a second. Trying to make sure you can see what I'm doing though. Okay. And a little more at the bottom because I used that so that it is covered. making sure that those sides have enough on it and there's not holes. Okay, let me show you. Again, I've covered those, all right? And then here's the ones that I've frozen for you. And I'm just gonna take my scoop. And again, the reason why I've chosen this particular mold is because it's perfect with my scoop. Take my scoop. Can you see? Hey, Anna Grace. How are you? How's your new house? How's that baby girl? I'm making a chocolate fat bomb with pecan butter. And guys, I'm just using that exact scoop and I am dropping it into the hole of the silicone mold. And then I'm just going to use my spoon and push it into the mold so that there's not an open place. I'll show you in just a second the difference. Okay, so you see where I've just dropped them in and you see that they're over. I don't want them over on the mold. And here's where I've pressed them down, so I'm going to finish pressing them down. And then we're just going to cover this in chocolate to close them. And then they will go back into the freezer to harden. So let's get those closed. Normally, guys, I'm not doing this in stages when I'm just doing it for us, but for the live, so that we weren't having to wait on the chocolate to set up each time, because it does have to set up each time. I just wanted to make sure I had that in stages for you. Okay, so I'm sealing them, okay? Now that will go into the freezer and they will set up. And now, let's see if I can get these out. They haven't been really in there that long, so we'll just see how it goes. Keep your fingers crossed. Do you like chocolate and peanut butter? Do you like milk chocolate or dark chocolate? Or are you a white chocolate kind of person? Hey, Renita. So guys, I'm just gonna press my mold completely inside out. And this one had not set up quite enough because it's breaking apart, but I'll survive. Okay? But they do make a pretty, especially if you're gonna use them, and I'll show you some that didn't break apart because these still were not. I usually let the chocolate set overnight. These have only been in there about 20 minutes. So these are not as pretty as mine normally are, but there you have it. And let's take a bite. There you have it. Pretty good. Great with a cup of coffee, guys. Really simple. And you know what, Julie? The nice thing about this is you can adjust it just the way you want it. You can use almond butter, peanut butter, pecan butter. You can use the broth. You could use the confectionery sugar with the caramel stevia. You don't want caramel, use the regular stevia. That's the nice thing about it. But you see how it really is simple. The only time that you have invested is letting the chocolate harden in between before you stuff it. Hey, Julie Cooper, how are you? A couple of Julies on here. Deborah, it does look good and it is so tasty. They are delicious. I'm not finishing that because I normally don't eat after 7. So those few bites were enough for me, and William loves it. And you know my husband. With a good cup of coffee, that sure makes a great dessert, guys. Well, that's what I have for you today. Welcome to Nonna's Kitchen. If you found any value on this, please share it out. Share it out to groups, share it to your page. And if you need to look back on it someday, a week or two from now even, look on my YouTube channel and subscribe there. I would love to have 1,000 subscribers so I could go live on YouTube and help and reach others that are on this keto journey or are just looking at a lifestyle change. I did just finish my 60-hour reboot, lost some more fat, and got into my daughter's jeans that I haven't, that 60 hours ago I could not get into. So I'm super excited. Julie, thank you. That makes me feel so good. Love the hugs and the hearts. Thank you so much. Guys, I appreciate you, and I will catch you at live tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Kim, Paula, catch me on the replay as we just finished chocolate nut butter fat bombs, and they are amazingly delicious. Bye, guys.